Point blank, his attorney says he's done. He will not pursue a job in law enforcement ever again. He doesn't want to put his life, his family, or anyone in Thurston County or any other agency on the line. This has all happened very fast. Christopher Burbank was sworn in on Monday as a lateral patrol deputy in Thurston County. As you see here, he and Sheriff Sanders were all smiles. That's until Burbank's attorney says he started getting death threats. He was cleared of any wrongdoing in December of 2023. Still, the one thing that echoes within the community is that he's one of 3 Tacoma police officers who were charged in the death of Manny Ellis in March of 2020.
Hoy el presidente Joe Biden anunció su nueva orden ejecutiva con respecto a inmigración, su medida más restrictiva hasta la fecha en cuanto a la frontera. El presidente dice que cerrará el acceso de asilo a los migrantes, pero solo y cuando el promedio de los cruces ilegales supere los 2,500 por día.
Rafa Academy is applying for a license in the exact same facility that housed Diamond Ranch, and they're hoping to fill those empty hallways in the near future. But Taylor's father, Dean, tells us the school is nothing more than a thinly veiled version of the previous tenant. We dug into those allegations, and what we found may have you saying double.
Y mientras tanto, México está a punto de hacer historia. Claudia Sheinbaum está preparada para convertirse en la primera presidenta de México. Y esta mañana, pues, estamos esperando una respuesta del consulado mexicano aquí en Seattle después de que cientos de votantes fueron rechazados durante el fin de semana.
It was animalistic. It looked like a gang. It looked like gang activity.
Downtown Seattle, via Rainier Avenue South.
Friday afternoon's errand run came to a halt when D'Anthony Marcel's bus ride approached this intersection in the Mount Baker neighborhood.
They're just beating him at first. It doesn't look like they're trying to arrest anybody.
Looking out, stuck inside the bus,
Oh my God.
he saw 2 Seattle police officers, batons in hand, repeatedly hitting a man they're struggling with. D'Anthony never imagined he'd see this, what appears to be the officers kneeling close to the man's neck and back, being this aggressive.
And it should never be allowed, period.
While the 36-year-old bystander has no idea what happened leading up to these moments, he firmly believes the situation could have been handled differently. Seattle Police Interim Chief Sue Rahr says she's seen the 40 seconds D'Anthony captured and is working on reviewing all videos to get a complete picture of what happened. D'Anthony says it's not about the before and after. Is this excessive use of force?
Yes.
Based solely on the video, I'm not seeing any justification for this level of force. That said, the video is just a snippet.
Former prosecutor Mark Lindquist says SPD has a strict use of force policy. It must be objective and reasonable.
There's no reason for the chief or anybody else to rush to judgment here. We're going to find out what happened. There's going to be body cam footage.
The Office of Police Accountability is investigating.
Who are we supposed to call when you guys are beating us up like that? I want that answer.
Alejandra Guzman, Fox 13 News.
For Taylor Goodridge's family, the Stillaguamish River always brings back a flood of memories.
She always had a smile, even when she was a baby.
Climbing trees, riding horses, and spending time on the water with her family. At 17, Taylor enjoyed the newfound freedom of becoming a young adult.
Oh my God!
Getting her ears pierced, dancing in recitals. But among the good, there was also bad.
She was having some problems, and there was an incident which she finally realized that she needed to get help.
Beginning in October of 2021, she was enrolled at the Diamond Ranch Academy in southern Utah, a $12,000 a month therapeutic boarding school specializing in helping teens with emotional, social, educational, and behavioral issues. On its website, the ranch claims to be America's leading teen therapeutic boarding school. Its academic program is fully accredited. Its therapists are with the students day in and day out. And they're supported by an on-campus team of various experienced licensed medical professionals who, quote, aim to treat every student like our son or daughter.
I thought I was doing what was best for my daughter. I should have just let her come home.
A little over a year later, Taylor's health took a sudden turn. The timeline laid out by investigators with the Utah Department of Health and Human Services indicates Taylor first went to staff on December 9th, 2022, complaining of back pain and difficulty breathing, and was later crying and groaning in pain. But Alan Mortensen, the Goodridge family attorney, says Diamond Ranch Academy did very little to help Taylor. In court filings, he claims she was told by staff members to take an aspirin and suck it up, even as her symptoms became worse.
For at least 7 days, she's listed there as vomiting, and everyone knew it. It got passed along, and no one did anything.
State investigators say in the days before her death, Taylor vomited at least 7 times in 11 hours.
The pain and agony that my daughter went through
is something Dean can't bear to imagine.
No 17-year-old should go through that.
Scheduled calls home.
The Zoom meeting clicked on, no Taylor.
Canceled. As Christmas approached, Taylor's condition became even worse. Autopsy results showed Taylor was in the late stages of peritonitis, a potentially fatal internal infection which usually requires rapid treatment with antibiotics.
It's not like she could call the police. It's not like she could call family services. She wasn't even allowed to call her parents.
On December 20th, Dean's phone rang. It was Diamond Ranch Executive Director Ricky Diaz saying his daughter had collapsed.
I thought she fainted, not my daughter was passing. And then less than 30 minutes later, calls back and says she's gone.
Devastated by the loss of his daughter, now Dean is on a mission to get answers. Answers that former staff member Rachel Goodrich can provide. She knew Taylor and saw firsthand Taylor's health deteriorate over the last few weeks.
She had thrown up and then she collapsed in her own vomit, and she was laying in her own vomit, passed out.
Upset by the events that led up to Taylor's death, Rachel left Diamond Ranch Academy. She also helped the state of Utah with their investigation into the academy.
They made it sound like it was an accident. But if you were actually there with her, you know that Taylor needed help.
Fox 13 reached out to Diamond Ranch Academy, who says out of respect for student privacy, federal and state laws, they cannot respond to any allegations regarding Taylor's case. Their statement reads in part, "We can say that there are many bullet points in your email and allegations in the lawsuit that are demonstrably false. DRA will continue to fully and transparently cooperate with all appropriate agencies. DRA looks forward to presenting the facts in court." As memories of Taylor linger in their minds, Dean and his sons wear their hearts on their sleeves and pain on their chest. They're ready to fight.
It's like a ticking time bomb. When is it going to happen again?
The family lawsuit accuses Diamond Ranch Academy of neglect, child abuse, and false imprisonment in Taylor's death. The Goodriches say they won't stop until they get justice for Taylor.
Where did they help my daughter? They put her in a box. That's how they sent her home to me.